I was at home during that year, by the way. Okay, how you doing, Singapore? Yes. Are you still awake? Yes. Oh, Bob prepared the presentation. I never saw it, so we'll see what's coming. Very, very happy to be here. First time for me in Singapore, so amazing city with amazing people. Beautiful weather today. Sort of. So I hope you guys understand me. I'm from Switzerland. I try to speak English, so German is probably not the right language here. Very, very happy to be here one more time because we started about a year ago with, actually, or more than a year ago, with a vision and a dream to build something that is not only real, to build something where we really can impact people, impact people's life, change people's life. And you probably heard that, I don't know, a couple times in especially this industry, network marketing. Can I ask who is already doing or was involved in network marketing? The others, you don't know what's coming. Can I ask who's here about, who's interested into the product? That many? 3, 4? We have a product, right? Anybody here who wants to make money? Okay. The others got forced to be here? I guess Bob forced you. But that's okay. You're at the right place. So let me introduce myself quick and then go a little bit in the past. So you see that USI-Tech is a real company with real people, with real products, and a long-term vision. Because you know, there's so many products, company, they come and they go, right? I don't know if it's the same in Singapore, especially in network marketing. I'm doing network marketing since more than 20 years. My mother still tells me to get a real job. I always said, hello, what do you mean? So I just want to tell you, it was the best decision ever to go in this industry. But there are companies and companies, right? So about a couple of years ago, I got a little bit tired of the industry, or not the industry, but especially companies who delivers or first promotes a lot and delivers nothing. And I was actually more focusing on how can you make money with your own money, without not doing nothing. And I like making money while I'm sleeping. I don't sleep that much, but since USI-Tech, thanks you. But I was always fascinated about possibilities. You know, I know friends, for example, Bob mentioned the Forex market. It's a huge market, and I tried it by myself. That wasn't a good idea. I think that lasted about 10 days, but I liked the lifestyle that some friends had. And one of my friends, his name is Ralph Gold. He's one of the owners of the company. I think we have a slide of that, wherever it comes from. We'll see it later. We see a new presentation today. So why do I say this? I actually wanted to become a Forex trader because I was fascinated about making money in this market. But I realized very, very fast that if you don't know what to do, you lose it. Did everybody, or did anybody, did any tradings? Forex trading? You? Okay, you know what I'm talking about. The money is gone very fast. So then there is a possibility to, let's say, send money to organizations or traders where you never know what they do. I didn't want to do that, so I asked Ralph, isn't there any possibility that I can use, for example, a system, a software? He said, sure. I introduced you to somebody, and he introduced me to a gentleman. His name is João. He's from Portugal. And that's actually how USI-Tech came together in easy words about 2 years ago. So the software we started with is not the Bitcoin software. I know everybody is probably here because of the Bitcoin. But let me tell you, we started in the Forex world. We started probably in the most difficult market where 95% of the people are losing money. We're making money. And everything ran and still is running on people's own broker account. So it's 100% real, it's 100% transparent. And that's how we started. And actually, the software is going back a couple of years. It was in use already, but only for people and clients who had 250,000, 100,000, $500,000 and up. So it was not really a product that you could sell. So we were asking, or the idea was actually, and I was fascinating about the software, is that why not using this and let's market it, let's bring the wealth to the people, but not with $500,000, not with 250,000, with less. And to keep the story short, about 6 months later, the program came back and said it's ready. I said, oh, okay, cool. Now what? And we sat together with Ralph, with let me get the slides quick before I get into. There it is. I don't know where they got the picture from. It looks like we come out of a hospital. It's terrible. I don't know where they got that from. But anyway, let me, how do you do this? Before I turn off the presentation. The gentleman on the left side, who looks like George Clooney, that's Horst. Horst I know since about 13 years. He's coming from the traditional corporate background, so USI-Tech was that time founded not as a traditional network marketing company. And don't get me wrong, I'm a networker, I love network marketing, but usually network marketers are not the best entrepreneurs, right? So they have a great idea, they think let's do something, let's market the product, but oops, 95% are gone after the first year. So what separates us definitely to other companies out there, first of all, we started with a real foundation. Horst, for example, brought in his career 2 major companies to the stock market. They're now billion-dollar companies. One is Kava, the other one I can't remember anymore. So he got a lot of know-how, knowledge, how to build a company, because having a great product doesn't mean you have a great corporate or a great company in the background. Me, I'm just doing the network run around. That's basically what I did in 20 years, but I can tell you that's why I'm so excited, because when I started a year ago, it was because I was out of network marketing. I could not go to my leaders and say, hey, Bob, Hayden, whatever, let's do USI-Tech. Everybody was somewhere else. So they said, yeah, you do it. So this was built really from scratch. So if anybody is in here that thinks, oh, can I do this? Can I really make money with this product and with this company? I can tell you, you can. And before we go into it, we're now 1 year on the market. We passed 420,000 clients in about 70 countries around the world. And I'm only telling you this because what we're doing is real. You can talk the whole day, right? You can show the greatest videos and everything, but at the end, you want to see results, right? Because blah, blah is blah, blah. And this company grew because it's based on real products, real people, and especially real results. And you know how it is in network marketing. Everybody says, oh, we're making the best and the most money, right? You ever hear that? Come to my company. Here you make a lot of money. You can change the world. Show me your back office. Oh, password doesn't work. Login doesn't work. You hear about that? It's always the same. And that's what's so fascinating. And I think everybody who is already in USI-Tech knows this business is working. Can I ask, who is making money with USI-Tech? Does it work?
Yes.
Okay. You know what the big difference is between every other network marketing company in the world? Everybody in this company is making money. 100% of all the people are making money. Don't get me wrong. I'm coming from the traditional creams and pills and nutritions and traditional network marketing, right? I always tested it, by the way, on my wife. If she got up the next day, especially the pills, and she was alive, then I knew I could market. No, that's why I'm divorced. That was too many pills. Anyway, don't get me wrong, but in traditional network marketing, 85% or 90% of the people are paying money every month on top of it to get the auditorships, to get all the products, right? If somebody uses the product from USI-Tech, is he making money? I'm asking you who are using the product.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Without recruiting?
Without recruiting.
Exactly. That's the big difference, friends. And that's exactly what's so cool. People are making money. Everybody who's using the product is making money. And that's why we're different between others. So Why should somebody leave USI-Tech? Why should somebody go somewhere else? Not happening. By the way, you know Amway?
Yes.
Is Amway here in Singapore as well?
Yes.
You know what their newest product is? Pre-made garages, so you can store all the products you have to buy every month. Just a joke. Okay, we don't have that. We don't have any auto ships. We'll explain you the whole business today. It's a very simple and a very easy business. So, let me see what Bob prepared for me here. Did I miss anything? Okay. Now, the corporation, let me talk a little bit about where we founded. We were founded in Dubai, in Rush Al Khaimah. That's free zone for international business. Very, very good. Why? It's tax-free, by the way. We're now in, I think we're about in 70 countries. When are we in Kuala Lumpur? Saturday, right? Saturday we're in Kuala Lumpur. In the 18th we're in Manila. By the way, in Manila we have an office. We're fully SEC licensed, so where the company has to do anything in terms of being legal, they do it. A very important point. The company is not just going into countries and say, okay, let's build it. They're taking this very, very seriously. It took about 6 months to prepare the US, by the way. You know, the US is a very difficult market, step by step. We started with software, so you have to understand from actually building software, trading software, or developing trading software to do the step from the Forex world, the biggest market in the world, to the crypto world was not like a huge step. It's not like selling, I don't know, creams and saying, oh, we're going into Bitcoins. And Brian was talking about it. I can tell you, I was very skeptical about Bitcoins, but I always knew this is it. And I can tell you, you're right in the middle of the wave. Even if you think, oh, the Bitcoin price was high, or it is high. When we started, it was 800 euros, whatever that is in dollars, $1,000. What's today? $7,500 dollars. We have people here, right, Michael or Hayden as well, who started with us in, when did we launch it? March 1st. We started the second product, so the BTC product. Imagine what people made through the product. You will see this. That's good. That's nice. But what people got through going into Bitcoins because of USI-Tech, because they understood the concept of Bitcoins, they liked the product. But the growth from, let's say, $1,000 that time to now $7,500, that's a lot of money. And I can tell you, this is only the beginning, friends. I had no clue about Bitcoins. If you look and educate yourself about Bitcoins, in my opinion, why Bitcoin is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, people are sick and tired of the corrupt system of the banks and the whole thing that's behind it. Don't get me wrong, I don't know how it is, but in Europe, the banks are just the worst. I should not say that. I hope there are no bankers here. But it's a revolution. Bitcoin is definitely a revolution. You're not under the control of the whole government. Don't get me wrong, you don't have to pay, but you still have to pay tax and whatever. But Bitcoin it's so amazing. I pay my flights with Bitcoins, the hotels with Bitcoins, my cars with Bitcoins. What does Switzerland have, by the way? What is Switzerland famous for? Huh? Alps? Okay. What else? Rolex. I don't have one, but I just want to say I buy my watches with Bitcoins. So it's not like you have a currency that you don't know what to do. You can cash it out at any time. It's so easy. And the best, my phone is there. You have, for example, I use a Visa card that's based on Bitcoin. So it's amazing. And I can tell you, we made, I don't want to impress on you, but before we go to the next speaker, I will show you soon. Before we go to the next speaker, we made about 500 million in sales. 35% of this, and now more, is commissions. That's about 150 million euros paid in commissions. I think that's pretty strong. So is it working? Friends, what you see today, it is working. You just have to use it or not use it. That's your decision today. But everything that you will hear today, we will go into a little bit details, a lot of changes. We got a second or a third product that is already on the market. So let me talk a little bit about mining. Who's going into mining? Dino, right? Or no, the BTC packs? Okay, Dino will show you the products that we have and use. And one part of it, like Bob said, you can do trading. You can trade the Bitcoin. That means you buy it low and sell it high. And do you think you can make money with Bitcoin? How? What was the fluctuation today of the Bitcoin, Brian? This morning was?
It's about 7,897.
So about, what would you say during the day? It makes a couple $100?
Yeah, usually within $200 to $500 a day.
Why is so much money to be made in Bitcoin? Of course, if you know what to do. But where was the price about 4 weeks ago? Does somebody know?
6,000.
6,000? 5,500, right? It went down. So imagine you buy, and I mean, if you know what to do, and you sell it, let's say, easy calculation at now 7,500, that's pretty strong. You don't have those moves in the traditional Forex world, in the how you say it in English? In the currency world, in the exchange world. Bitcoins is moving up and down. That's what it makes so interesting. That's one way of making money. Then maybe you heard of arbitrage. Arbitrage means that you use the price difference from different brokers. That means you buy, for example, a Bitcoin here in Singapore and you sell it right away in Europe. That depends a little bit on the price. Then what's definitely interesting is buying Bitcoins, and whatever you do today, and you don't use USI-Tech, buying Bitcoins, you can do nothing wrong on a long-term run. Because I think we will see 10,000 until the end of the year. We will see 20,000 by the end of next year. And you know why actually the growth of the price was pushed, not pushed, because it went up so fast, because the Chicago Stock Exchange was on television in Europe or everywhere and started to say, oh, Bitcoin is getting now interesting for the Wall Street people. So imagine what that means, exactly what you saw in the video. People now
Incredible
get it.
growth.
Oh, this is not a money, how you say it, a virtual crypto currency that nobody is using. This is real. And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're right in the middle of it and at the beginning. So, perfect. So, you can mine Bitcoins, or you can only mine Bitcoins. USI-Tech was using or renting mining space. Ralph, oh, by the way, I forgot to talk about Ralph. Sorry. The other guy who looks like he came out of the hospital on the right side. I don't know where you guys got that picture from. But, he's a good friend of mine, 30 years in financial business. By the way, there are other peoples behind it. We have a very strong investor as well. We have a very strong product manager, Evan. He owns about 30 companies in the US, or 50 meanwhile. He's a multi-billionaire. I will talk a little bit about that later. But Ralph was just because we decided to go a step further and not renting it anymore, because everything is growing. The company wants to reduce the risk, right? Because the lower the risk, the better on a long-term run. Trading is still, there is always a risk. With mining, there's also a risk, the Bitcoin price, but that's about it. So what did we do? We bought a huge contract in mining equipment. That's not so easy for those who are in this industry. You cannot go and buy for 100 million, say, I want a running mining equipment. If you get it, you have to produce it. You have to produce it first. That will take about a year and so on. So the company made a huge deal. He was in Iceland, Ralph, and made some pictures of the mining facility. By the way, we own 2.5% of the whole Ether mining in the world. Meanwhile, is USI-Tech, and around 1% of the whole worldwide mining in Bitcoins. Everything will will be displayed in the back office. Just have a little bit patience, because the mining, you can click on it and basically see on an official blockchain code, I think it is, who's mining. until this is switched, it takes, I think, 2-3 months. So in the future, you will see not only the transparency, you can click on it and you see exactly mined by USI-Tech. Okay? So for those who maybe say, oh, where's the transparency? Do they really mine? I mean, nobody will go into Iceland into a high security farm and put a USI-Tech banner there. You cannot do this. But that's actually pretty huge, and that will be extended every month. And the good thing about mining, it's scalable. The bigger it gets, the more mining we can get. Okay? So that's what's the equipment. That's how it looks like. It's not very spectacular, exactly. Spectacular in Deutsch. That's how it looks like. That's Ralph. It's, by the way, it's like you're going into a bank. Everything is high security. You don't get in there, and you definitely don't get out anymore if you would get in by mistake. It's very loud. The reason why it is in Iceland, because most, it costs a lot of money. Those equipments produce a lot of electricity or heat. We have some mining, by the way, in China as well. Don't ask me exactly where it is. That's how it looks like. You hear him talking in the background. He tried to talk, but we had other videos, nobody could hear him. So that's how the mining farm, the old mining farm, looks like. And like we said before, there are actually 4 ways to generate wealth with Bitcoins. You buy it, you hold it, you trade it, you mine it, or you arbitrage it. And in our case, on the long-term run, is mining definitely the key for the long-term success, because the less the risk, the better. It's less profit for the company, but that's not a problem. We want to have it safe. And I think what's important, at least for me, and I think for everybody who's into USI-Tech, this is our baby. We have it only 1 year. I think it's very amazing. So congratulations to you as well, because you're a part of it. What we accomplished in only 1 year. So what you will see today and in the next part, the future products and the future of USI-Tech, it will blow you out of your chair, hopefully. Or out of your shoes, or how do you say that? Out of your socks in English. So we'll talk a little bit about that and more details. Then that's him, right? Okay. Then thank you for your attention. And I want to introduce a very good friend who was very skeptical in the beginning. I had to fly to Hong Kong, I think, a couple times, right? And he asked questions and questions and questions and questions and never stopped asking questions until today. But I think I can say, Dino, you're super successful in this business. And by the way, I think meanwhile we have more than 12 or 13 millionaires who passed $1 million in income in USI-Tech. For those who were in London at our 1-year anniversary, we'll talk about it as well. Tech and Heron, do you remember Tech and Heron, the guys on the stage? They never did network marketing in their life. I promised them you will make over 1 million income by the end of this year. He said, you lied, I made it in 2.5 months. They never did network marketing in their life. And it's not about the millions, friends. It's about how many people are making real money. A couple $100 on the side. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. But what I see, and we see it every day in this business, we are starting to change lives. This is not blah blah. It's a real opportunity with a real business behind it. And what is getting out of it is just amazing in terms of what people get out of it. So please welcome with a huge applause, Dino.